This is what Dr. Dre said about the Drake battle, Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle. Which I thought was interesting. It says Dr. Dre reveals which bars that Drake dropped that angered him during the Kendrick Lamar feud. That's something that Dr. Dre don't usually do. We don't hear him say nothing about nothing. So to hear him even say that he got angry at the bars that Drake was dropping, and I see you guys in the chat. I'm gonna get to you guys in a second. Give me a second. Let's get through this information. We'll talk. For Dr. Dre to say that, you know what I mean? And normally never speak. I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to show you guys what he said. Said Dr. Dre represents the lineage of West Coast hip hop. He has held down California since the 1980s. Come on, we already know all this. Sometimes writers in these articles be like, bro, y'all just want to show how great of a writer you are. Get to the point. Dr. Dre spoke on the battle during a recent appearance on a podcast. He told the host that he was behind Kendrick Lamar from day one. He kept quiet during the early stages of the battle. It was when Drake spoke on Kendrick Lamar's family, though, that Dr. Dre felt the need to publicly give Kendrick Lamar his endorsement. He said, I don't want to get negative. This is Dr. Dre's quote. I don't want to get negative. My whole ish about being is about being positive and moving forward and all that. He said he felt a rapper talking about another man's family was too far, though. This is Dre's quote. He said, the fact I heard Drake say something negative about Kendrick's wife and kids, that made me say, adios. So Dr. Dre didn't like that part. Said not only did Dr. Dre, not only did Dr. Dre endorse Kendrick Lamar, but he introduced Not Like Us during the iconic pop-out show on Juneteenth. That's right. Dr. Dre did come on stage and do the introduction to that. Said I love that record when he was asked about it. So that's what Dr. Dre had to say about the situation. That's why he felt, and I thought it was weird that Drake would go that far too. But I mean, what else was he gonna say about Kendrick to play like the other side of that? Like Drake didn't really have nothing to say to Kendrick because Kendrick he does numbers, so you couldn't play that game with him. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't be like, oh, I don't know, but you don't do. I shouldn't even be battling you. You don't do numbers. Like he does do numbers. So Drake couldn't play that. You couldn't play the money game because Kendrick rich too. You couldn't play my career is bigger than yours. So like all the things that he went through with Meek Mill and Pusha T, Drake couldn't really do that with Kendrick. He couldn't be like, yo, I'm a bigger artist than you. Kendrick is a big artist too. So everything that, and then you couldn't even really say that, yo, he hating on me because you the one dissed him first. So it wasn't really much that Drake could say to Kendrick that to belittle him. You know, even the drop and give me 50 and all that stuff. It's like, Drake, you got a worse record deal than Kendrick. You can't even put an Instagram post up without it getting taken down by UMG because they own it. So speaking on Kendrick family was like Drake's only angle. It's like, oh, yo, this one. And this is why it's so important, man, to make sure the family unit is tight because that could have easily went left. But it didn't. And from the stage, Kendrick Lamar dedicated Not Like Us Song of the Year Grammy to Whitney, you know, which is his woman. So this article says, Whitney in the video crip walking. That was a quote from Kendrick that he said on the stage from the Grammys. Says Whitney in the video crip walking. We're gonna dedicate that one to her. The video of the year Grammy that Kendrick won. That's Kendrick's quote from his acceptance speech for that Grammy. Said Jay liked them walks. So Jay-Z, he pointed at Jay-Z when he said that. And if you guys don't know what the little insider there is Jay-Z always on the West Coast, it's always been rumors that Jay-Z affiliated or get held down by the Crips when he come out here. So Kendrick being from a Piru neighborhood, you know, he pointed at Jay-Z and was like, Jay-Z liked them walks. If you ever see, go watch the video of Jay-Z at the NFL. I don't know if I can find it. He was throwing up, he was throwing up the C's. Salute to Jay, man. He was singing Still. It was still Dre, I think. Y'all hear it now? Drop a one in the chat here.
In the video, Crip Walking. We're gonna dedicate that one. That one. He's gonna Jay like them walks. You like
yeah, that's what he said. I wanted to show the part. If you from the IE, drop your city in the chat because we're about to show you the part. I'm gonna show you guys where where Kendrick shouted us out, Dino and the murder and all that. Riverside River murder Dino. I saw this morning. I was like, man, salute. I appreciate the homie for doing that. Check it out.
Yeah. Long Beach, Inglewood, Hollywood, out to the Valley, Pacoima, IE, San Bernardino,
All that.
You know, yeah. Long Beach.
Feel me?
I just don't think people look at this dude and they see the race of black.
Mhm.
His pops is a brother from Memphis.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And you heard stories that, you know what I mean? He used to go to Memphis every summer. Unless you listen to him, he's telling you this is not true. But
Right.
you're not looking at this person's consistent upbringing. What does it look like 350 days a year for this person?
Yeah.
And then you can realize culturally it's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think everybody's looking in. I think they looking at him and they're kind of looking like, okay, well, he can't be that bad. Look at him. It's a brother.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga is a brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's a brother. And then you start fucking with him and you realize not like how we brothers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not about
people
keep talking about mix or light-skinned. No, it's about culturally how you grow up. It's one thing if you grow up as a brother, you feel me? And your mom is white and your dad is black and da-da-da. It's another thing you grew up in another country, your mother is a Jewish woman, and you grew up in a Jewish community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a bar
difference.
mitzvah.
Big difference.
It's a cultural shock. And I think all of these dudes run into it as they start to interact with him in any capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, including Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Why do you think Wayne stays so silent? Because you've been around Cash Money. You was signed to Cash Money early on, correct?
Yeah, right when Drake was at the same time.
Yeah. So why do you think Wayne never come out and try to help publicly? Defend Drake. Do you think he a powerhouse on his own? He got it, or why you think Wayne don't say much? To kind of save him in situations like this.
I don't know. I don't think there's much to save.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if he asks for fights and somebody, if your homeboy saying, hey, let me fight this dude, and you looking like, I'm sure Wayne told him, hey, man, if he asked Wayne his opinion, I'm sure Wayne said, hey, you probably don't need to be fighting.
Especially not Kendrick.
Yeah, you don't need to be fighting, Doc, for what?
Drake said, who really banger set my nigga YG. YG came out, you a weirdo. He came out, dropped the song right away. Say, you a weirdo. That's comedy. Everybody Drake says something, tried to put in it. He tried to do the Meek Mill thing. He tried to go to what Meek did, or what Drake did with Meek was like, I just came here in the rave playing AR Ab. And then AR Ab and Meek start beefing. He tried to do that again. And the West Coast different, bro. We stick together. Like Pac say, we might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we burn this down, get us pissed to live and die in LA. The West Coast don't play like that, bro. You can't come over here and do that. So Drake tell YG, I thought that was one of the funniest things in the world, bro. When Drake when Drake said, yo, who really bang a set? YG. And YG came out and said, put the weirdo song out and say, you a weirdo. Say, when it's smoke, don't ever mention my name. You gonna have me jeopardizing my game, jeopardizing my fame, jeopardizing where you hang. Man, that crap was funny. He said, SZA got you wiped down. SZA go on tour. SZA announced she on tour with Kendrick. And they about to perform in the Toronto Blue Jays arena or stadium. It's like, bro, crazy. Tell him Kendrick did it. And that it's like, bro, everything he tried was it was out of pocket. It was like, bro, what is you doing? Just be quiet, man. Let me see.